Janevelezmitchell here for Jane Unchained, and we've got breaking news in Monkeygate. That is the controversy in Hendry County, Florida, which is outside Fort Myers, over the number of breeding facilities operating there, proposals to expand those breeding facilities and bring in 1,000 more monkeys without, let me start again. Janevelezmitchell here for Jane Unchained, and we're bringing you breaking news on a story we've been covering extensively that a local resident down there in Southwest Florida dubbed Monkeygate, and it has stuck. Essentially, there's a controversy in Hendry County, Florida, where there are several monkey breeding facilities and proposals to bring in thousands and thousands more monkeys. And in the midst of all that, Hendry County has just announced it is launching an investigation into one facility, Primate Products, because that facility is allegedly violating zoning. It's zoned agricultural. It's supposed to be a breeding facility, but Wink News learned exclusively that it has been conducting C-section surgeries, invasive surgeries on female monkeys, cutting them open and extracting their fetuses and freeze-drying the monkey body parts, and then selling those parts and fluids, etc., to other companies. So I want to start out by asking Madeleine Doran, who is a Fort Myers resident and who is leading the local effort there to get information on what's really going on. What is your reaction, Madeleine, to news that Hendry County is investigating Primate Products over possible zoning violations because it's been performing these C-section surgeries on monkeys, cutting them open and taking fetuses out of their bodies?
We are ecstatic that Hendry County has taken some action. However, I must say that we are very cautious because Primate Products is going to come up with a justifiable reason why they are not violating their zoning. So it will be interesting to see what their CEO has to say in response. But we're glad, and it's because of the efforts that you and others have been putting into this and the media publicity that we've gotten. We have a couple of reporters who have been digging tirelessly on this effort.
My first question to you, Madeleine, what was your reaction when you heard that? What was your reaction when you heard the Wink report that Primate Products was conducting C-section surgeries on pregnant monkeys, cutting them open, removing their fetuses, and freeze-drying body parts for sale?
I was horrified and heartbroken, and thankful to the reporter who is a Wink reporter that finally uncovered that information from USDA. And USDA reported that much of that surgery was done on monkeys without anesthesia. It is horrific what is going on in our backyard, and we are going to do our dead level best to have them shut down the factories and find a sanctuary for the monkeys.
Do you feel that conducting C-section surgeries on monkeys and cutting them open and removing their fetuses constitutes more than breeding, constitutes, for example, experimentation?
Absolutely. Of course, it's a no-brainer. It is experimentation, and it is a violation of the zoning, and they should be shut down, not only for what they're doing, but also for the fraud that they committed against Hendry County. Hendry County should look at this as a slap in the face, more than just a code violation. We also, as well as ALDF, see this as a violation of the agricultural zoning. Macaque monkeys do not fall under Florida's agriculture laws.
Donny Moss of TheirTurn.net, you've been reporting extensively on this. We're already getting indications from the county vis-a-vis an article in the news press that well, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. To me, it seems obvious. If they are performing these experiments, it's a zoning violation. Do you think this is going to be a whitewash?
Look, there was a whistleblower who came forward and said that vet techs, not even veterinarians, were cutting open monkeys, removing their fetuses, and selling the organs of these fetuses for profit. And the company, Primate Products, didn't deny that that was happening. So, and even the county administrator said that if this is going on, this is a violation of the county's agricultural zoning laws. So all of that has already been reported. They can backtrack now, but it's all already on the record that this has been done, and the county administrator has already said that this is a violation of the agricultural zoning.
Well, I'm going to stop for 1 second while I get this article out from the news press, and because it seems like the backtracking has already begun. And let me just get it out. Hold on a second. The news press just had an article, and let me quote what the county administrator is now saying. It seems like they're already backtracking a little bit because here we go.
Jane, this is where I can talk about large contributions to the county.
Yeah, sure. I'm quoting now from the news. I'm quoting now from the Fort Myers News Press article. It says right here, according to Charles Chapman, the county administrator, and he's like the top official, I believe, in the county, or one of them, quote, right. In our world, you're still innocent until proven guilty. Yes, there's a lot of impassioned species. Let me start again. I'm quoting now from a news press article that is in turn quoting Charles Chapman, who's the county administrator and one of the top officials in the county. Quote, in our world, you're still innocent until proven guilty, he says. Yes, there's a lot of impassioned species. In our world, you're still innocent until proven guilty. Yes, there's a lot of impassioned speeches, a lot of sources. And I'm not going to discredit a whistleblower. Some of the most important social justices that have ever happened have come from whistleblowers. But it's a sticky situation. We have to make sure we're not overstepping our regulatory bounds, but also not turning a blind eye. So once I become aware of something, we're going to dig into it. Now, the way he's saying that, it sounds like it's just a whistleblower making this allegation. But according to Wink News, the president of the company admitted that they were doing these. He did not deny that they were doing these C-sections on monkeys.
Look, Jane, we have this SOP documents that explain how the surgeries should be conducted right there in Henry County. We have USDA documents which show the number of surgeries and procedures that have been conducted on the number of monkeys they've been conducted. So, innocent until proven guilty, they've already been proven guilty. The problem here is that Primate Products has a very cozy relationship with Henry County. The president of the company admitted that the company has made large, or individuals within the company, I'm not sure which, has made large contributions to the county. So we kind of have to take that into account when looking at the county administrator's statements.
Well, I personally think it should be an independent investigation. According to published reports, the county went out and sought this monkey business, and they've been very much involved in courting the monkey business. So why would they suddenly turn around now and slam something that they've brought into this sweet, friendly country? That is Hendry County's motto, sweet, friendly country. And they then in turn turn Hendry County into hell on earth for monkeys. Do you think, Madeleine, that there should be an independent investigation into this monkey business? What surgeries are being performed at Primate Products? What is going on? Or should it just be handled by the county?
Absolutely, there should be an independent investigation. And the only reason that Hendry County confronted them was because of the negative publicity that has come about in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Another statement that Charles Chapman, the top administrator in Hendry, made was that we are cozy with our cattle and our farmland and our citrus. Well, Jane, in addition to the torture that they're conducting in those facilities, they are also going to pollute our rivers. What if one of those monkeys with a herpes B gets out and starts biting cattle or proliferating the citrus in Southwest Florida? There are so many issues to confront, not the least of which, of course, is the monkey torture.
Jane, can I just add here that Hendry County conducting its own investigation into companies that it courted is a classic case of the fox guarding the hen house.
Yeah, I mean, the county has been extremely defensive for a long time, refusing to tell us how many monkeys are going to be in these facilities, refusing. In fact, all of this started because nobody knew about these expansion plans until the stories were broken in the news. And there was one facility, Primera, that was under wraps until reporting exposed it, and then a second facility, Bioculture, a company that was chased out of Puerto Rico, we learned was working and hand in hand with Primate Products / Panther Tracks to expand on leased land and bring in thousands and thousands of monkeys, anywhere from 5,000 to 14,000 monkeys. So these are the same companies. Primate Products is the company embroiled in this. Madeleine, Primate Products is the company embroiled in this monkey abortion scandal. Do you think that that same company and affiliated companies like Panther Tracks should be allowed to work with Bioculture and bring in tens of thousands more monkeys? We don't know how many because nobody will tell us.
Of course not. We need somebody to get involved at the federal level, or we need an independent investigation, because I can tell you that the Hendry County commissioners have already said privately to me. One of the commissioners said, when I spoke to him after a meeting, that, quote, it's a done deal, unquote. And it was sealed more than 2 years ago. And I'm talking about Bioculture, the one that's going up on the Lee-Hendry line.
So is this when you were at the speed dating event, that you went to a speed dating event where you get to meet your county commissioners? Or this is big news that you're telling me.
This was a private conversation that I had after the Hendry County Commission meeting that was held in Clewiston about a month ago. Several of us went from Lee County to attend that meeting in Clewiston. It's about an hour and a half away. And we signed public comment cards at the beginning of the meeting so that we could each speak, which we are entitled to do. When it came to the conclusion of the meeting and the public comment section, we were told by the county commission chair that only one of us could speak. And I said, sir, it is our constitutional right to speak. Would you please ask your attorney? The attorney was seated at the commission table.
Hold on, I'm going to cut you off because first of all, can you angle a second? Because I think that fan movement is hurting your image. Just angle it so the fan is not in your,
I can turn the fan off.
There, yeah. Let me see you now. Okay, turn the fan off. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, now you can angle it back to where you were. More to the fan. Get the fan. That's much better. Even more. One more toward the fan. More. Yeah, perfect. That's much better. It's 100% better. That fan was ruining your. Okay, it's going to stop any second now. Let me get back. I don't want to get too wrapped up in who was able to speak or not. That's a whole like side story.
Right. I'm sorry.
Just that's all right. Just repeat to us right now. This is big news. Who exactly told you that the bioculture expansion, bringing in thousands and thousands of monkeys is the plan, is a done deal, and essentially they indicated there was nothing you could do about it, Madeleine?
Yes, that is correct.
Madeleine, look into the camera. Look into the camera. Look up into the camera, and I'll ask you that again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
After the commission meeting was over, I spoke to a commissioner and pleaded with him to do something, and his response was, quote, "It's a done deal. They have spent $2 million already," close quote. And further conversation indicated that this was started over 2 years ago. And I'm talking about the one that was done in secret, the one that is being challenged by the Animal Legal Defense Fund.
Well, let's clarify, because the one being challenged by the Animal Legal Defense Fund is Primera. That's not the one that's being done by Bioculture.
Okay.
So which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that was done in secret.
Well, they were both done in secret, actually. But are you talking about the one that's connected to Primate Products that we had the aerial drone footage of?
No, I'm talking about the other one. I'm
the
talking
one
about
that's involved with the AL. Yeah.
Correct. That's the one he's talking about. He said they already had $2 million into it. I don't know what's there, but.
Okay, so you're saying that the county commission said, just so we are straight, the county commission said, you're saying a county commissioner said that the Primera facility, which is the subject of a lawsuit, that there's nothing that he could do because it's, quote, a done deal? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. Yes. All right. Donny, I'm going to have you take it away for a second.
Sure. Jane, just to clarify, there are two new facilities that were approved in secret from the perspective of residents of Hendry County. The first is called Primera Science Center, and that is a facility that plans to bring in 3,200 monkeys, which that's what we've heard, from Mauritius, an island off the coast of Africa. The Animal Legal Defense Fund filed a lawsuit against the county because the residents were not informed and given the chance to provide input into the approval of that facility as required by Florida's Sunshine Law. So shortly after ALDF, maybe a couple of months after ALDF filed that lawsuit, residents learned of yet another monkey breeding facility called Bioculture that is being built on the same piece of land that a third monkey breeding facility called Primate Products is located. Now, when residents went to the county and said, "There's another facility that you didn't tell us about," they said, "No, this is just an expansion of an existing facility called Primate Products." It's a different company, Jane. So they could argue that it's an expansion, but it's a different company. But the fact that they are arguing that it's an expansion of the same company gives us some leverage, because we don't want this company, Primate Products, to import an additional 5,000 to 14,000 monkeys into the country and put them into these enclosures that are now being built. I also want to point out that Drones for Animal Defense, an activist group that exposes from above horrific places where animals are being exploited, really exposed to the county, brought footage to the residents of Hendry County showing how massive this expansion is. It's hardly an expansion. It's building after building, cage after cage that you can see. You don't need to be an expert to see that it is going to accommodate thousands of additional monkeys. The residents of Hendry County have every right to say to the county, stop, put the brakes on this construction right now. The existing facility is conducting illegal surgeries. How could you possibly allow them to bring in more monkeys when they're breaking the law?
Madeleine, do you feel that the monkeys, Madeleine, do you feel that all expansion and all importation of monkeys into Hendry County, do you feel, Madeleine, that all importation of monkeys into Hendry County and all expansions of any and all monkey facilities should be halted pending an independent investigation into all of this monkey business?
Jane, you said it perfectly. I agree 200%, and I'll do anything I can to make that.
I'm sorry, darling. We just lost your signal. Just answer again. We lost your signal. Go ahead.
Jane, absolutely, I agree with you. I just will do anything to make that happen. However, we have tried to contact Pam Bondi, our Attorney General, and we can't even get a response from her.
It seems like the powers that be in Florida seem to be more concerned with placating industry than they are to listening to the concerns of individuals, taxpayers such as yourself, Madeleine.
The bioculture industry thinks they found their nirvana in Hendry County. This laid-back, quiet, cowboy country with lots and lots of forest and politicians who don't care. They just want money coming into the county. We don't want this kind of economic development in Florida, and the governor who touts economic development should not either. And I will do anything, I will lead any group that I can to stop it. We've got some plans, Jane, and we're going to start working. We've already started, in fact. The company that runs Hendry County is U.S. Sugar, and they're having a sugar festival next weekend, a 3-day sugar festival, and we're going to be there. We're going to have a present, and most of the Hendry County residents don't know about it, but they will know about it.
Donny, what do you think the next step should be? There's an investigation going on by Hendry County. Some fear it's going to be a whitewash. Some say, well, maybe not. But it certainly can't be the only thing, given that they have a very cozy relationship with these companies. What else needs to be done beyond simply this investigation by Hendry County into whether or not what else needs to be done beyond just Hendry County's investigation?
An investigation by Hendry County is a little bit like the fox guarding the hen house. What needs to be done is that an injunction be filed to prevent crime.
I'm sorry, Donny. I have to start again. We're getting bad sound. Say it one more time. Go ahead.
I hear the feedback too.
Okay, just start again.
Sure. An investigation by Hendry County is a little bit like the fox guarding the hen house. What really needs to be done here is for an injunction to be filed against the facility, Primate Products, so that they cannot bring in 5,000 to 14,000 additional monkeys in a climate where they have been breaking the law with no abandon by conducting surgical experiments on the monkeys they have there already.
Madeleine, I spoke to Charles Chapman, who I ran into in the parking lot at the Hendry County Courthouse, and I asked him, I said, how many monkeys are coming in vis-a-vis bioculture? And he said, I don't know. And I said, well, wouldn't you want to know? And he essentially said that wasn't his business. So I proceeded to ask him, well, that means they could bring in 500,000 or 2 million monkeys, and that wouldn't be your business? And he never gave me a straight answer. What's your reaction to that?
I think they don't care. They wouldn't have cared until they started getting this negative publicity. But why is it that the company will not allow anybody to tour that facility? What something horrible is going on besides inside those doors. Something perhaps we don't even know about. The inside view we got was from the vet tech who worked there for 2 days and talked about freezers that were full of monkey parts. And these are monkeys that go to full-term pregnancy, and they cut them open and take their fetuses and cut the parts up for sale. Now, I can bet that if those, and who's going to do the tour to make sure they're okay? The people that are subsidizing them.
We're going to have to wrap up. Unfortunately, we're all losing our signals. Can I get a very short reaction to the thing I said about Charles Chapman? Can I get a short reaction there?
They don't.
I'm sorry? We totally lost. Okay, we're going to have to wrap up. I want to thank Madeleine Doran, a resident of Hendry County, Florida, who's leading the local effort along with a lot of other people. I want to thank Madeleine Doran, who is from Fort Myers, Florida. She's been very involved in the local effort to gain scrutiny into these monkey facilities and to give the homeowners and the taxpayers a voice. And thank you, Donny Moss from theirturn.net. We are staying all over Monkeygate. You will hear more from janeunchained.com.
There's something I want to say. Are we still?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, look into the camera.
Okay. Jane, we learned from the whistleblower that vet techs were cutting fetuses out of pregnant monkeys and harvesting their organs for sale. And he said not only does the facility make money off of those organs, but also they abort those babies because they don't want those newborns drinking the mother's milk, which they also sell. And that is why they don't allow those babies to be born in the first place. How disgusting is that? How traumatic for the mothers to be cut open and have their babies stolen just so that their own milk can be stolen again to sell for profit.
Madeleine?
It is too horrible to think about. We know we are going to have to file an injunction. If we have to raise money locally in order to do that, that may be the next step.
I want to thank you, Madeleine Doran from Fort Myers, Florida. We're going to stay on top of this issue. Monkeygate, it's not going away, it appears. Janevelezmitchell for Jane Unchained. Thank you, Madeleine. Hey, Madeleine, don't feel bad about